What if one day everything you ever knew vanished? In 1947, a single line divided not just land, but millions of lives. Families torn apart, friends turned strangers, homes lost forever. I still remember the scream, the fire. Everything was gone. Decisions made in days led to wounds that time can never heal. This isn't just history. It's a story of survival, resilience, and lost unity. Experience the untold stories of 1947. Imagine waking up one morning to find that everything has changed. Your family members, your neighbors, even your homeland. A new border has divided not just land, but lives. The partition of India and Pakistan wasn't merely a political decision. It was a devastating event that tore apart millions of lives and left scars that are still felt today. Join us as we delve into the real stories behind the statistics, revealing the painful truths of 1947. During British rule, India was a vast land with diverse religions, languages, and cultures. However, the British had a divide and rule policy that heightened religious divisions. By 1947, the British were preparing to leave India, but conflicts between the Muslim League, led by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and the Indian National Congress had reached a breaking point. The Muslim League demanded a separate nation, which led to the concept of creating Pakistan for Muslims, leaving India as a predominantly Hindu nation. To expedite the process, Lord Mountbatten, the last viceroy, made a decision to split India into two countries, India and Pakistan. Cyril Radcliffe, a British lawyer with no prior knowledge of India, was appointed to draw the boundary line. In just a few weeks, Radcliffe divided provinces like Punjab and Bengal along religious lines. This hurried decision led to a sudden and shocking change for millions, as families were separated and people were forced to abandon their homes overnight. The partition's impact on the common people was profound and tragic. Nearly 15 million people were displaced as they were forced to cross newly drawn borders. Trains filled with people hoping for safe passage became moving symbols of horror, with countless lives lost along the journey. Families, communities, and friendships were shattered, and people left behind homes and memories that they could never return to. The chaos and loss during this migration left emotional scars that still linger in both countries. Every individual who lived through partition has a story. Many families lost loved ones. Some mothers lost children. Brothers were separated from sisters. In cities like Old Delhi and Lahore, people were forced to leave behind homes and businesses they had built over generations. Survivors of partition have recounted stories of heartbreak, survival, and loss. Let's look at a few such real-life accounts that bring to life the unimaginable suffering people endured. This mass migration didn't just separate people, it disrupted entire ways of life and communities. Families that had lived together in places like Punjab and Sindh were now on opposite sides of a newly formed border. The cultural impact was immense, as people had to adapt to new identities, new lands, and new ways of life. Generations rebuilt their lives, but many still long for the place they once called home. The economic impact of partition was severe. Trade, agriculture, and basic infrastructure were all disrupted as the economy struggled to recover. Factories, railways, and commercial centers that had previously served a united region were now divided. This had lasting effects, as poverty and unemployment rose sharply, and common people bore the brunt of the economic fallout. Partition also left a mark on the cultures of India and Pakistan. Urdu and Hindi, once seen as just languages, became symbols of identity. The arts, literature, and cinema, which had once thrived together, now took different paths. Over time, misunderstandings and tensions grew between the two countries, making it difficult for shared cultural ties to flourish as they once had. The wounds of partition run deep in the hearts of people from both nations. It was more than a division of land. It was a division of emotions, memories, and humanity. The stories of sacrifice, resilience, and lost unity still remind us that beyond politics, human connections and emotions hold great significance. This video isn't just about history, it's about remembering the lives forever changed by partition and the legacy that still impacts our societies today.